Welcome to Bulwark, a game about chaotic creativity. No conventional controls, one button to paint the landscape, another to move about. And while you paint towers and walls, people will start to make the world come alive. Keep building, that's the trick. This can be confusing at first, overwhelming even, but don't worry, there's also no mistakes. This is the campaign mode. Here you get a taste of the open world building sandbox. It has a basic tutorial, a resource system based only on distance rather than how much you can produce, and an ever expanding set of encounters, world events and unlockables. A word of advice: click and build everywhere. There are no mistakes, and slowly figuring out what builds where and how things grow is part of the game. It's about experimenting. So don't be afraid and go wild.
Our people were wrecked during the War of the Tree. Dunkel, Castellus, Moorbridge, and even Port Remit. Nothing remained of our prosperous free houses after decades of attrition. We took what we had and left in order to resettle in peace, away from the warlords and fiefdoms that remain. We will succeed because on our backs the past was built, and from our hands the future will be wrought. Ah, you're finally here. We've already built a few essential buildings. I'll assist you in connecting things up and getting the settlement up and running. While you're on the ground, we will focus on a single building at a time. This will allow you to build outward in a variety of ways and upwards later on. First, connect this outpost to the wood mill, which is located down in the shallow water beside the sea tree fungi. Without wood, we cannot build. This resource extractor is missing access to workers. This stone quarry works similarly to your wood mill. It produces stone that can travel a limited number of walkways. Notice our workers are already building houses and industry along the walkway. Wherever you build and our workers can reach, they will settle. Let's now focus on the wood mill. This is your wood mill. It produces and transports wood across walkways. Let us build a basic wooden tower with a walkway towards it. You just built a basic tower. It is used to connect up your settlement and transport vital resources. Workers will also build homes and industry around it. We need to keep focusing our attention on the wood mill. Wood can only travel a limited number of walkways away from the wood mill, but this can be increased by encouraging workers to build along walkways connected to the wood mill. Good work. The wood mill is now delivering wood further than before, so we can move on. Across from the wood mill, we also built a stone quarry. Let's connect that to our settlement. Great job. Now we have access to the quarry, our wooden towers can be upgraded to stone. This tower needs to be connected to your stone quarry and be in its range before it can be upgraded. Stone towers create stone walkways. If you rebuild a walkway adjacent to a stone tower in place of a current wooden one, it will be upgraded to stone. Select your outpost so we can start expanding it further. Outposts can be upgraded as well. Let's use the stone to upgrade the outpost to its second stage. We can add foundations to basic towers and outposts. These allow workers to build a higher class of housing on them, increasing the worker output. The worker output of our outpost can be improved further by connecting more towers and walkways to it. All towers allow for foundations, wood, stone, and later, command towers. Command towers also allow for battlements. Select your outpost so we can start expanding it further. We have reached a milestone in population, aligning with the free houses. This will attract new free house captains and commanders to our banner. The free house folk are numerous, and will generally make for the majority of people in our settlement. We have done well. It is time we started being more ambitious. Take to the skies and seek out iron ore. Only harbors could be built in the deep by your surveyor. Your surveyor allows you to build resource extractors, harbors, and outposts on other islands. It will... The world map shows our holdings, which we can fast travel to. I will also mark any freelance captains that enter our waters, as well as suspicious locations. You have no available resource extractors. Your surveyor allows you to build resource extractors, harbors, and outposts on other islands. It will also help to get you out of trouble, which is never far on the Earthsea. The world map shows our holdings, which we can fast. Your surveyor can build a mine on this spot. Workers will mine for ore, and the metallurgical industry will be built up around it. Iron will allow our most advanced towers and buildings. We now have access to iron, but it needs to be transported across the water. Let us build a trade route for ships that can transport iron and other resources back and forth. This is too close to something else. We now have access to iron, but it needs to be transported across the water. Let us build a trade route for ships that can transport iron and other resources. Several captains are now available. Each captain hauls specific resources. For this trade route, iron is required.
I will carry stone and workers only, nothing else.
My ship only carries wood and... My ship carries wood. My ship...
I will carry...
I will only carry iron and workers for our industries. The iron I transport is helping our settlement grow and prosper.
Harbors always need to be built as pairs. As soon as you build two, a trade route will connect them. Captains will carry your resources over vast distances. This is too close to something else. Select your outpost, so we can start expanding it further. With iron, we can start building defensive structures, such as imposing command towers. But before doing so, we need to upgrade our outpost into a proper citadel. With all major resources now at our disposal, let's focus on building command towers. These can be built with multiple floors as well as additional foundations and balconies. Mighty command towers have the potential to reach high into the sky. Their height can be increased by adding more foundations, as well as having better access to workers. Build this tower as high as possible. Change the floor you are building from. Lower floors build foundations, while higher floors build balconies and sky bridges. Command tower foundations are strong battlements that support your tower. Foundations allow more floors to be built on the tower. Balconies are built from high floors. The more expansive your tower, the more powerful your commanders will become if they are assigned here. This command tower is looking stout. We already have an experienced warbird commander among our retinue. Let's assign them to this command tower.
You will find no finer stable, not since the heyday of the War of the Tree. In service to our people, our retinue of Falconeers is eager to settle in and get their warbirds airborne. Do not delay. Rest assured, friend, my warbirds are the strongest and fastest. My stable mixes Sarkunda and Northern Grey Dive traits, warbirds the likes of which have not been seen for decades.
This tower and its commander now stand watch over our settlement. Their forces will deploy, joining our battle group when the surveyor is near the command tower. Our settlement is established. We have access to resources, a citadel, and command towers. It's time to explore the surrounding area, finding more people that will help us thrive. These are desperate times, so we may need to accept unlikely neighbors. But be wary of who you invite in. If they bring their old allegiances, conflict is sure to follow. Now it's all up to you. Head out and explore the Earth. Rebuild our society as you see fit. Protect yourself and our citizens well. Good luck. There is no iron available for this upgrade. Pay attention to the political influence of your settlement. If one faction, new forces are... Before the Great War, the Imperium held the resources and the Mansa controlled the technology. Now only petty fiefdoms squabble for what little remains of Earth's old regime. You have no available resource extractors. We have reports of something strange ahead. You have no available resource extractors. You have no available resource extractor. Our settlement's too far away. You have no available commanders on your roster. Commanders and their valuable retinue can be found across the Earthsea. You have no available commanders on your roster. Commanders and their valuable retinue can be found across the Earthsea. The incline is too steep to build upon. There is no iron available for this upgrade. There is no iron available for this upgrade. You cannot build here. There is no tower with access to wood nearby. You cannot build here. There is no tower with access to wood nearby. You have no available resources. There is no stone available for this upgrade.
You've reached the limit of this demo. You can demolish some of your creation to keep building or start something new. The free build mode comes with a selection of cool locations to try out. Thanks for trying out the demo. This is the campaign mode. Here you get a taste of the open world